Imagine holding half a glass filled with pure white sugar. It's a startling amount, isn't it? You probably wouldn't even consider eating it all at once. Yet, that very quantity, a staggering 82.8 grams to be precise, lurks within a single 600 ml bottle of a seemingly innocent fizzy drink like Mirinda. Think about that for a moment. This isn't some obscure, unheard of product. Soft drinks have become an omnipresent part of our lives across Europe, from bustling city centers to quiet countryside cafes. No matter where you travel on this continent, the familiar red and white of Coca-Cola is never far away. In fact, globally, only two nations remain where this iconic beverage isn't sold: North Korea and Cuba. Everywhere else, from the excitement of football matches to the intimacy of family gatherings, these sugary concoctions are a staple. Consider this: every single day, a mind-boggling 1.9 billion servings of Coca-Cola alone are consumed worldwide. That's just one brand. When you factor in all the other sugary sodas flooding the market, the sheer volume becomes almost incomprehensible. So, what exactly are we pouring down our throats with such alarming regularity? Prepare to be shocked, because in this video, we're going to delve deep into the hidden ingredients of these ubiquitous drinks, revealing a reality that might just make you rethink your next sip. Make sure to share this eye-opening information with your loved ones, because what they're consuming might be far more sinister than they realize. Let's start by addressing a common, albeit somewhat crude, comparison often made about soft drinks: the notion that they're akin to toilet cleaner. While it's true that critics sometimes use this analogy to highlight their harshness, a direct comparison is inaccurate and relies on misinformation. The reason this comparison surfaces is due to the presence of acids in both. Toilet cleaners contain strong acids designed to break down tough stains, while soft drinks contain milder acids like citric acid and phosphoric acid. Citric acid, as you know, occurs naturally in fruits like lemons and oranges, hardly toxic substances in their natural form. Phosphoric acid, identified by the food additive number E338, is a common food-grade ingredient used to prevent the growth of mold and bacteria in high-sugar environments. You'll find it not only in your favorite fizzy drinks, but also in everyday items like jams, processed meats, cereal bars, bottled coffee, baking powder, protein drinks, and even some cheeses. Interestingly, both citric and phosphoric acid can also be found in certain homemade toilet cleaning solutions where lemon juice is combined with vinegar and baking soda. However, the crucial distinction lies in the strength and concentration of these acids. As you likely learned in your school chemistry classes, there are mild, dilute acids and strong, concentrated ones. Phosphoric acid is a weak acid, whereas toilet cleaners employ much harsher chemicals like sodium hypochlorite and hydrochloric acid, specifically formulated for heavy-duty cleaning. It's worth remembering that hydrochloric acid is also a key component of our own gastric acid, aiding in digestion. You wouldn't equate your stomach contents with toilet cleaner, would you? Chemistry is nuanced, and drawing simplistic conclusions based on a shared ingredient is misleading. Another point often raised is the similarity in pH levels. While soft drinks typically have a pH around 2.5, indicating acidity, so do many natural foods. Lemon juice, for instance, has a pH ranging from 2.0 to 2.6, and even pomegranates and grapes fall within a similar acidic range. Understanding this debunks the sensationalist toilet cleaner claim, but it doesn't in any way make soft drinks a healthy choice. So, if the toilet cleaner comparison is inaccurate, does that mean these fizzy beverages are safe? Absolutely not. While we've clarified misleading rumors, it's crucial to understand the genuine dangers lurking within these colorful bottles. Misinformation, regardless of whether its conclusion is ultimately right or wrong, is a dangerous foundation. We need to look at the facts, the actual ingredients and their effects on our bodies. We won't delve into conspiracy theories about secret ingredients or focus on isolated incidents of contamination, such as past reports of pesticide residues, although those are certainly alarming when they occur. Instead, let's assume we're talking about the standard, unaltered product as intended by the manufacturers. The real danger lies in the very composition of these drinks, starting with something incredibly pervasive and often underestimated: sugar. Take another look at that initial example, a 600 ml bottle of Mirinda. As we established, it contains a staggering 82.8 grams of sugar. Now, let's put that into perspective in a way that might resonate with a European context. That amount of sugar is roughly equivalent to the calories you'd find in 2 aloo parathas, a popular flatbread in some parts of Europe with Indian culinary influence, though perhaps a comparison to 2K cesplal or a substantial slice of sachartort might be more relatable for a broader European audience. The crucial difference is the satiety factor. When you eat K cespatal or sachartort, it's a meal or a significant treat that leaves you feeling full. But that bottle of sugary soda, it provides empty calories, offering no nutritional value whatsoever and doing little to quell your hunger. You'll still need your regular meals on top of this sugary load. Unlike whole foods, which provide a range of essential nutrients like protein, vitamins, and fiber, these drinks offer nothing but a massive hit of sugar. And it's not just a little bit of sugar, it's an astonishing amount. To truly grasp it, imagine physically scooping out 82.8 grams of granulated sugar. It fills about half a standard glass. Consuming this much added sugar regularly is a recipe for serious health problems. You might ask, what's a normal or safe amount of added sugar? Ideally, the answer is 0. Our bodies don't actually require any added sugar to function properly. The natural sugars we obtain from fruits, fructose, and dairy, lactose, provide sufficient energy. Added sugars are the ones we introduce into our food and drinks. The American Heart Association recommends a daily limit of just 36 grams for adult men and 25 grams for adult women. That single bottle of Mirinda more than triples the recommended daily intake for women and significantly exceeds the limit for men. Consistent overconsumption of this magnitude leads to a cascade of health issues: joint pain, premature skin aging, liver damage, type 2 diabetes, pancreatic problems, kidney failure, a dramatically increased risk of heart attack, and, of course, obesity. While many associate sugar primarily with weight gain, the other severe consequences are often overlooked. Perhaps the most insidious aspect of sugar is its addictive nature, comparable in some ways to drug addiction. A 2017 study even drew parallels between sugar addiction and cocaine addiction. This explains why people who regularly consume sugary drinks often do so habitually, finding it difficult to limit their intake to occasional treats. The constant craving for that sugar rush becomes a cycle. While discussions about sugar overdose have been ongoing globally for some time, the sheer scale of consumption in Europe remains a significant concern. In response to growing concerns about sugar, the food industry introduced diet versions of popular soft drinks like Diet Pepsi in 1964 and Diet Coke in 1982. These promise the same fizzy refreshment without the calories and added sugar. But are they a healthier alternative? The secret lies in artificial sweeteners such as aspartame, saccharin, and sucralose. These chemicals provide a sweet taste without the caloric load. However, their history is far from unblemished. Numerous studies have linked these artificial sweeteners to serious health issues, including cancer, leading to bans in some regions in the past. While other studies have refuted these links, the controversy persists. Alarmingly, a more recent study conducted in France in 2022 involving over 100,000 adults monitored for 7-8 years indicated that aspartame does indeed increase the risk of cancer. Even the Center for Science in the Public Interest, CSPI, a reputable watchdog organization, has raised concerns about aspartame's potential link to cancer. Furthermore, other studies have associated these artificial sweeteners with heart disease, stroke, diabetes, kidney and liver toxicity, mental health problems, and even birth defects. While we could delve deeper into the conflicting research, even if we were to give artificial sweeteners the benefit of the doubt and assume the positive studies are entirely accurate, the story doesn't end there. The sugar and artificial sweeteners are just the beginning of the concerning ingredient list. Take a look at the dark brown or black hue of classic cola drinks like Pepsi and Coca. This distinctive color comes from caramel. Now, this isn't the same kind of caramel you might use in a dessert. The caramel used in these drinks has been under scrutiny, with numerous news articles dating back to 2012 linking it to cancer. This industrial caramel is produced by heating sugar in the presence of ammonia and sulfites. This process generates a byproduct called 4-methylimidazole or 4-MI. Several studies have associated 4-MI with an increased risk of cancer, and in California, it's officially listed as a carcinogen. Californian law dictates that if a food or beverage contains more than 29 micrograms of this substance, it cannot be sold. However, amounts below this threshold are permitted. Shockingly, reports from 2012 indicated that some popular soft drinks contained levels as high as 138 micrograms of 4-MI, more than 4 times the legal limit in California. Following this controversy, Coca-Cola announced that they would modify their formula to reduce 4-MI levels, but these changes were primarily implemented in America. In many other parts of the world, including developing nations, similar stringent regulations may not exist or be as rigorously enforced. Similar concerns resurfaced in 2014 when further testing revealed continued high levels of 4-OMI in various soft drinks. On a related note, it's a good general rule to avoid consuming food that is excessively burnt. Just as blackened toast or heavily charred vegetables can contain increased levels of acrylamide, a probable human carcinogen according to the World Health Organization, over-processing sugar to create this type of caramel carries its own potential risks. Now, what about the vibrant orange color of drinks like Mirinda and Fanta? Surely they're safer since they lack that dark caramel. Unfortunately, the reality is equally concerning. This bright hue comes from synthetic food coloring, specifically a dye with the code E110, also known as sunset yellow FCF. Its lengthy chemical name is disodium 2-hydroxy-1,4-sulfonate-naphthalene 6-sulfonate. Importantly, this is an azo dye derived from petroleum. Back in 1973, pediatrician Benjamin Feingold observed a link between artificial food flavorings and hyperactivity in children, also noting its impact on their attention spans. This led countries like Norway, Finland, and Sweden to ban sunset yellow FCF as early as 2000, while other nations might have been slower to react. A 2007 study from the University of Southampton further corroborated these concerns, finding a clear link between E110 and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder (ADHD) in children. Following this research, the UK's Food Standards Agency recommended a ban on artificial colours in food in 2008, attempting to extend this across the European Union. By 2010, the EU implemented a regulation requiring products containing artificial colors to carry a warning label stating, "may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children." Consequently, many companies operating within the EU ceased using these colorings. However, in regions where such stringent regulations are absent, companies often continue to exploit the lack of oversight, using these potentially harmful ingredients without consequence. It's essentially carbonated water infused with carbon dioxide to give it that characteristic fizz and a massive amount of sugar. They are, in essence, sugary sodas. So, the next time you're offered one, perhaps you could reframe it in your mind. Would you like to drink some water with added gas and an enormous quantity of sugar, along with artificial colors like potentially carcinogenic caramel or hyperactivity-linked sunset yellow, preservatives like sodium benzoate which can form benzene, and various stabilizers? If you're thinking that switching to fresh fruit juice or lemonade is a healthy alternative, you might be mistaken. While these options may lack the artificial chemicals and colors, they are often still incredibly high in sugar. Commercially prepared lemonades frequently contain significant amounts of added sugar. Even natural fruit juices, while containing natural sugars, become problematic in large quantities. To produce a single glass of orange juice, you might need the juice of 6 oranges. Consuming that much concentrated natural sugar at once can still overload your system and contribute to weight gain and other health issues. Eating a whole orange provides fiber and other nutrients that are lost in the juicing process, slowing down sugar absorption. The solution to this, ultimately, is surprisingly straightforward. Ditch the cold drinks, step away from the fruit juices consumed in excess, and even be mindful of added sugars in things like lemonade. The best choice, the truly refreshing and hydrating option, is simply water. Yes, plain tap water. I've made this change in my own life years ago, and I can honestly tell you that once your taste buds adjust to a lower sugar intake, you'll find yourself craving sugary drinks less and less. It might take a few weeks to transition, but eventually, your palate will adapt, and you'll appreciate the clean taste of water. I encourage you to try making this change in your own life. And please share this video with your friends and family, so that this crucial information can reach more people, empowering them to make healthier choices for themselves. Did you find this video informative? You can explore the other videos in our playlist for more eye-opening content. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're new to Odd World Files, be sure to subscribe for more logical explorations of the world around us.